Okay, folks, this one says factor 8a squared minus 17a plus 2, and whenever it says factor, the very first question I ask myself is, can I pull anything out? And I can't. There's nothing that goes into all of these. So the second thing that I do is count the number of terms, 1, 2, 3. I know that it's a trinomial. It's going to factor into two binomials, okay? Then I ask myself, well, is there anything in front of the a squared? And there is. There's an 8. So that tells me I'm going to use the quadratic formula to find out what these factors are. So I need to know what a, b, and c are. So a is 8, b is negative 17, and c is 2. I always write my quadratic formula down when I'm doing these problems. So minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right? Now, from here I'm going to write parentheses in place so I can fill them in. All right, so far so good, over 2a. And I'll fill them in with a red number. Oh, let's go with green. Haven't done that in a while. All right, so b is negative 17, negative 17. A is 8, and 8, and c is 2. Okay? Now, when I simplify, I'm going to get 17 plus or minus the square root. Negative 17 squared is 289, and I have one negative, so it's going to stay a minus, and that's going to be 64. When I multiply 4 times 8 is 32, and times 2 is 64, over 2 times 8 is 16. All right? Now I'm going to simplify this stuff underneath the radical. That's going to give me 17 plus or minus the square root of 225 all over 16. Teachers, you know they're going to give us a perfect square into there. That won't always be the case. We'll see sometime in the future when they give us something underneath the radical and it's not a perfect square. Okay? But for right now when we're factoring, it's going to be a perfect square. All right? So when I take the square root, I'm going to get 17 plus 15, because the square root of 225 is 15, over 16, and then 17 minus 15 over 16. Now 17 plus 15 is 32 over 16, and when I reduce that, I get 2. Here, 17 minus 15 is 2 over 16, and that reduces to 1 over 8. Now remember, these solutions are the things I'm going to use to find my factors. What I do is I take one of them, x is equal to 2, and I get everything on the left side. So I'm just going to subtract 2, and I get x minus 2 equals 0. That is one of my factors. So I'm going to go ahead to the top, and I'm going to put in x, or not x, because we're using a in this one, I'm sorry. So it's going to be a minus 2. Now, I can go back down and use the other solution to find my other factor. X equals 1/8. Remember, we multiply both sides by the denominator, and we're going to get 8x is equal to 1. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides, and I get 8x minus 1 is equal to 0, and that's our other factor. Now let's go plug it in up here. Wait, I'm just going to write it over here to the side for a moment, because I can also just use the first factor to give me the second factor. I can say a times what gives me 8a squared? Well, 8a. And negative 2 times what gives me positive 2? Negative 1. And you see, that's what we got from that other solution. So, we just factored it, and it's done. All right. Good job. See you at the next exam.